You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Here we go. Welcome back to the Grantcast, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to have you here yet once again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. But I guess you'd have to download first to listen. But maybe you're just streaming. I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to tell you how to listen to this, and I don't know why you would listen to this, but apparently you are. A special shout out to all the Patreon patrons who help make this podcast possible. Trying to stick to a regular schedule and recording these episodes more. Today is Thursday, January 18th. I don't even think the last episode that I recorded has come out publicly yet. I think the patrons have had it. I think it'll come out on Saturday. But I wanted to record another one, so hopefully we can keep on some sort of schedule. I don't know what that schedule is, but there you go. I watch a lot of weird YouTube channels, and then as a result, I get suggested a lot of weird YouTube channels. Oh, man, I forget the name of this channel, but this guy just reviews, and it looks like something he started during the pandemic. There's a few channels like this where it looks like they started this channel during the pandemic, and then it has now kind of blossomed into something big. But this guy reviews, and I'll put a link to this in the show notes. This guy reviews tinned fish. So like sardines, kippered herring, any other kind of fish that comes in a little metal can. I don't know why it was suggested to me, but it was, and I watched it. And this guy's just got like this really laid back personality, and the editing is pretty tight on these videos and stuff, and they're well produced. And a lot of times I'm watching YouTube videos for not necessarily for the content, but for the production. And it's like, oh, could I use this production somehow in my own work? So this guy, I think his name is Matt. Again, I'll put a link in the show notes. All he does is he just gets cans of tinned fish and then opens them and tries them out. Now, what I did not know is that there's a whole world of tinned fish, and there's whole different styles of tinned fish and different things that you could not imagine. So, of course, watching these channels, when I was a kid and I would go camping with Grandpa Jim, he would buy us smoked kippered herring snacks in a little tin, and we would eat them. And we each got like our own little tin of kippered herring snacks. And then he would make us, I don't know, utensils out of like tree branches. Like that was part of it, was like he would get a tree branch and he would cut. I wouldn't say that they were forks or anything. They were just sort of like things that we could slide under the fish and then eat them. And that was part of it when we were going camping. So I'm not a huge fish fan, but I remembered as a kid liking kippered snacks. And I guess the only fish that I eat with any sort of regularity is tuna fish, but I haven't had canned fish in forever. So watching these channels, I was like, I'm going to get some canned fish. So I did get a can of sardines. I've never had sardines. I did get a can of boneless and skinless sardines to try. But I did buy some kippered herring, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. This was good. I enjoyed this. But what I didn't know is there's all these different styles. Like they have spicy, like it's sardines packed in spicy oil, or a tomato sauce, or spicy tomato sauce, or spicy mustard is another one that they have a lot of. So I've said this before. I don't know if I'm a tinned fish guy, but I'm interested in trying out different kinds to see what I think of them. But that leads me into the main topic I wanted to talk about today, and that is that I went for an eyeglasses appointment. I do get my eyes checked every year because it is part of the health insurance. I can go get an eyes checked every year. And last year, and I always kind of go in January. And last year, 2023, when I went in January, the eye doctor said, your prescription has got a little bit worse. There's a slight modification, but I'll write you a modification. But I wound up just deciding that I was not going to get new reading glasses. I don't need glasses all the time. I just need them for reading. So, but I didn't wind up getting them. And then this year, well, I got to tell the story of about this appointment. I realized in December that I wanted to make my vision appointment in January, and I know that sometimes they book up in January. So I wanted to try and make sure that I can get it done in January. So I went to the website, and they have a form that you can fill out to, like requesting an appointment, and you put your preferred days and all this stuff. So I did that. Then the weekend between Christmas and New Year's, it's a local place. I drove by and they were open. There were people in there, but nobody reached out to me. Nobody said anything, reached out to me. So I was like, oh, well, maybe their form on their website doesn't work because it's not the most modern website and the most modern sort of booking thing in the entire world. So maybe that doesn't work. So I'm going to reach out and call them. So I called them, and I called them like, this was last week of December. It was during a weekday, but it was like at 1:01 p.m. or something like that. And the message was, hello, you've reached this place, and we take our lunch from 1 to 2 p.m. So leave a message and we'll call you back. So I leave a message and I say, hello, I'd like my appointment, and I'm hoping to get sometime in January. That would be awesome. That'd be really great. Then nothing. I don't hear nothing. There ain't nothing. And then I was sitting in my car, and I got a text message from the eye doctor saying, hey, it's time to make your yearly appointment. Call us at this number to make the appointment. And I go, oh, okay, well, this is some automated thing they have. So I called that number, and I set up an appointment with the person, and I was able to get a time in January. So that was all great. So I hang up, I get my appointment. 10 minutes later, my phone rings again, and it's like, hello, we're calling you from Dr. So-and-so's office about your eye appointment. When would you like to come in? And it was the same person who I had just talked to. And I said, oh, well, you just talked to me. I've already set up an appointment. And she was like, oh, okay, we were just following up because we got your voicemail, so I just want to make sure. That's great. We'll see you when you come in. I said, okay, great. Seriously, 10 minutes later, my phone rings again. It is the same person. Hi, you filled out our web form to do an appointment, so we want to call and set up your appointment. I go, you've talked to me twice. I have an appointment. I'm coming in. I went in to get my eyeglasses done. This was last Friday, so almost a week ago. And the way they do it at this place is they do all this stuff. They do the thing where they blow the air into your eye, where you look into the thing and you see the road with the balloon on the end of it, all this other stuff to kind of measure how your eyes are looking. And they have this thing that takes a picture. It takes like a 3D picture of your eyeball, and they just like flood your eye with this green light. But I always blink. And so the woman who was doing that, she's not the doctor, but the woman who was doing that part of it goes, oh, you really have to not blink. And I go, I am trying not to blink. But I mean, it's a flash of light, so like your eye is just naturally going to blink. And I go, I am closing my eyes. You say go. I'm going to open my eyes as wide as possible and not blink, push them forward. She goes, well, when you go in there with the doctor, you have to tell her that this wasn't my fault. This was your fault that you blinked in so many of these or whatever. And I said, okay. And like she was like kind of joking around. So I said, okay. So I go in and I talk to the doctor, and she does all the things with the read this and look at this and better 3 or better 4, better 1, better 2, all that kind of stuff. Which I always feel like I'm giving the wrong answer for. I may have even talked about this on the podcast before. And then she starts looking at these 3D scans that the woman did. And I go, oh, I'm supposed to tell you that it was my fault that I was blinking. And she goes, what? And I go, oh, well, just the woman who took these pictures was saying that I kept blinking. And so that I had to tell you that it was my fault, not her fault. And the doctor got really like quiet and goes, well, she shouldn't have told you that. And I'm going to have a talk with her. I'm like, oh God, please don't have a talk with her. I was telling you what she said to tell. So anyway, here's the other thing about my eye doctor. The past 4 times I've gone in there over the past 4 years or whatever, As soon as you're done with your eye appointment and you walk out of the examination room, they hand you a tray and they go, please browse our showroom and pick out some frames that you like. And actually this year, Thursday, before my appointment, they sent me an email that said, browse some frames and we'll have them ready for you when you come into the thing. And I always say, oh, I just need my prescription. I'm going to get frames, I'll get glasses elsewhere. And the moment you say that, they're done with you. And they just want you out of, like, they're not nice to you anymore. They just want you out of the showroom. That's it. Goodbye. See you later. So this year, because my insurance covers one pair of glasses, I was like, well, I'm going to look around and I'll see what they have. So I just said, I want glasses that are covered with my insurance. I don't want to be charged anything more. I just want ones that are covered, and we will walk around and we'll look. And I found a pair, and I love just plain black glasses. That's it. I don't want anything fancy. This is not fashion. These are reading glasses. So that's what it is. So we walk around. I find a pair. She goes, oh, these are great. And I said, covered by insurance. She said, covered by insurance. Do you want the blue blocking, like for the blue screen computer? And I said, yes. And I go, okay, that's another $145. What? So they're not covered. The bonus stuff is not covered. The glasses themselves are covered. So anyway, I order my glasses. They're supposedly going to be in. But now here's the thing is I like having multiple pairs of glasses, and I keep one at my desk at my computer, one in my backpack. I keep one upstairs next to the bed, like on my nightstand. So I wanted to order extra glasses, so I asked them for my prescription. Suzanne suggested that we go to Warby Parker. Now, usually I just order my glasses from glassesusa.com. It's super simple. All you have to do is you enter in your prescription, you pick the frames you want, it's order. And so what I have been doing for the past several years is just going into glassesusa.com, updating my prescription, and then reordering the 4 pairs of the same glasses. And so that's what I was doing, and that was absolutely fantastic, and I loved it, and it was great and easy. But Suzanne said, let's go to Warby Parker, and I was like, okay. But we were having lunch over there, and it was near where we were having lunch, so I go in, and here's what you got to know about me. I do not like high-pressure sales. Like, I will walk right off of a car dealership lot if the moment somebody starts giving me the high-pressure sales thing. I just don't like it. We went into Warby Parker, and I was talking to this woman who worked there, and I just said, yep, I go, these are the glasses that I have. I had brought a pair with me. I go, I just want something like this. This is what I want. And so she goes, okay. And so she shows me a few things. And she goes, all of these are on sale. All these glasses are on sale. And I was like, oh, great. Okay, fantastic. So I'm trying, and I pick one, and then she leaves, and she comes back, and she goes, try this one, because this one is a little bit lighter material than those other ones. And I picked it up, and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, these are lighter. And it's sort of like this kind of unbreakable-ish material where, because the other thing is that I bring my glasses, the glasses that are in my backpack usually wind up with me if I'm on a set or something. And so they're in my pocket of my shorts and whatever, so they can get crunched. So I said, wow, these are super light. These are great. Okay, well, I'm going to take I'm going to take these. And she was like, oh, fantastic. And she starts ringing me up. And I said something like, well, it's so great that these glasses are on sale. And she goes, oh, no. These ones are the lighter material. These are not on sale. And I really got upset because it was just like, you told me all the glasses were on sale. You brought me this over, but when you brought it over, you didn't make any mention that they're not on sale. You just said, here, try these. And that's the kind of BS that I hate in sales. And so I just said, oh, I don't want these. I want and I picked up another pair I tried. I go, I want these. She goes, well, are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, because these, and I go, no, because they're not on sale, and I'm getting the glasses that are on sale. Oh, well, these are really light. And I was like, I'm about to walk out of here. Ma'am, I'm about to walk out of here because I don't want any of this high pressure BS bait and switch baloney. And so then I said, I want 3 pairs of these glasses, this glasses that are on sale. I want 3 pairs of these. And she was like, three pairs of the same exact glasses? And I said, yep, that's what I want. Well, we have them in other colors. You can get them in, nope. I want them in black. I want 3 pairs of this. And she just could not wrap her head around that I'm not buying these for fashion. I'm buying these. They're like a tool. That's how I see my glasses. And then I made something like, I made some comment like, they're just for reading. I don't need them for anything else. And she goes, well, you need them for your distance vision. And I said, no, I just need them for reading. Well, your prescription says you need distance vision. And I go, no, it doesn't. It's just for eyeglasses. And so then she looks again and she was like, oh, that's my mistake. I entered the wrong thing in there. I was like, I'm about to leave because I cannot take you anymore. So my glasses are ordered. They're supposed to be shipped to me. We will see how and what they look like when they arrive. If they're wrong, Warby Parker is going to be here from me, and I will publicly apologize to GlassesUSA.com. None of this is sponsored, by the way. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Grantcast. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the Patreon patrons. Thank you to the behind-the-scenes Patreon patrons who got to see a video of the recording of this episode. Appreciate you taking the time, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. This episode of the Grantcast was edited by Stephen Staver, who did the artwork as well. Thank you, Stephen. This episode was made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a pledge for as little as $1 a month. Patrons at the behind-the-scenes level and above get access to a video of the recording of these episodes. That sounds like fun. Big shout out to all of our patrons, and a special shout out to our patron producers, Eve Cunning, Kathy Crawford, Tony Urbano, Brandy, David Akers, Paul, Scott Armstrong, Vicky Sebring, and Ricky Chavez. If you'd like to become a patron and receive episodes of the Grantcast before they are released, visit patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly pledge today. And thank you for your support. This episode of the Grantcast is copyright 2024 Saturday Morning Media Grant Baciocco, executive producer. All rights reserved. www.SaturdayMorningMedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.